You want to help me solve a mystery? Because I've got the mystery of all knife mysteries right here in my hand. Stay tuned. I'm back. It's another day, and I have found probably one of the bigger knife mysteries I've ever come across in purchasing knives, and I didn't do the purchase. I tell you about a buddy I've got, Billy. He's always buying knives, just like me. He buys them, he gives them to me to review, he takes them back. I buy knives for him because he likes to collect knives. God bless his soul. But he'll buy 4, 5 knives of the same thing if he likes what he thinks he feels the deal is, or that there may be a deal there. It's kind of, I don't buy 4 knives at a time. I'll buy 2 at a time sometimes, but I won't go as far as 4. It's a little extreme, but I love it because he likes to give gifts. He'll always give me one of them. He gives couple other buddies one, this guy one, and it's a really nice thing to do, actually. And he does it with knives. He'll do it probably with a lot of other things, I don't really know, but knives for sure. Now, he was on Amazon, right? Now, Amazon's always been pretty good for me as far as feeling like I'm getting what I'm purchasing. Well, I don't believe he got what he thought he was purchasing. And I believe it might have been something pretty good. I don't know. You tell me. That's why you're here, right? Now, this knife is, or appears to be, an exact clone, replica, or knockoff, or maybe the actual real thing that, say, a knife maker makes knives and they don't meet a certain specification that is kind of superfluous, as though the weight is off a little, the dimensions off a little, the centering may be off a little, this or that, the action or whatever may be off a little. So I guess maybe they dump them on a back or a black market. You see where I'm going? But he was on Amazon and he found and bought 4 of these. Look at this. It says Kershaw on the clip on 2 of the 4. The other 2 had blank clips. Other than that, these are completely blank knives. Blank frames, blank blades. He literally bought automatic knives, 4 of them, on Amazon. And they ended up being Kershaw 13 clones, replicas, knockoffs, or maybe the real thing that they just dumped on the back market. Launch 13. Would you look at this thing? I can't believe it. There is not a marking on the blades. Oh, I got indigestion. Now, somebody tell me, I've got some questions, really. Can you buy automatic knives on Amazon now? Is that something? Or did he just kind of get lucky? This is, look at that. This is a $140 knife in that range. He paid $40 a piece for these. I've been really wanting every single knife in the Launch series. I've got the handle of Launch 1 and I loved it. And I love the fact they're American made. They put a little flag on them. See, that's not on here. Though, this is supposed to have potentially 154 CPM 154 steel on it. I guess aluminum handles. It's hard to tell. Reversible clip. Reversible Kershaw clip. I got indigestion so bad, and I'm probably gonna have a heart attack on video my body's gonna be found with this last video of me talking about a stupid Kershaw knife or clone. Yeah. Oh. It's just what I want. Video my death. That's how I'm gonna go out, folks. But it came in one of these boxes that typically Chinese knives come in. Sativian, Even Grow, all those different brands tend to ship their knives in these kind of boxes. It's got some Chinese writing, I think, on there, and a barcode, and no other information. So it's a mystery. And I'd like to know. So if there's anybody out there that knows what the heck's going on, how, first off, you're getting an automatic knife on Amazon. Second, this knife, strangely having two of them having Kershaw clips, these literally are a Launch 13. Open, great. Action's great. The blade's awesome. Let's see how sharp the blade is. Okay, it doesn't appear to be super sharp, but it's not bad. It's not terrible, but it's cutting the paper. I like the blade style. It's this weird reverse Tanto Warncliffe looking thing. Little belly up like that. I don't love the exoskeleton framing on it. I don't like that look. It's too gas station knifey for me. But for 40 bucks, I'd buy this all day long. Why not? So I took a moment. I got heartburn. I thought I was having a heart attack. I think I'm okay. Yeah. I don't get heartburn a whole lot, but I will get it. And when I do, I'm a big baby. I'll just buckle over like a big baby, and then it goes away. But it maybe happens twice a year. I just had one. And like it was like an episode. My dog's looking at me through the glass door, like going, oh, and I let him in, and he came up, snuggled with me, and I started feeling better. I think animals, your pets, sometimes are better than doctors. I think so. Okay, so while I was sitting there just trying to chill out because, man, indigestion, heartburn, I guess it hurts like a heart attack. Heart attacks kill, last I checked. Now, I was on the phone and I was like, I'm doing this video and I'm like tasking people to help me solve this mystery. So I was like, well, maybe I ought to try to join the mystery hunt as well. And I started looking and I did a search because my buddy Billy must not have been able to find the link that he ordered on Amazon. I found it. It's right here. Look at this. I mean, it's right in your face. So guys, check that out. If you like automatic knives, there may be a bunch of automatic knives hiding in the system with Amazon right there in front of our faces. And they're just calling it like a button assist lock. Something like that. That's what this says. Read it. $36, $140 clone. I'm going to say clone because I don't know any details about it. It's strange that two of them had a Kershaw pocket clip. There, maybe you can see it. Clone. Knockoff. I don't know. See, okay, so say you're manufacturing something and you make a whole bunch and they're kind of a bad batch, but just kind of a bad batch. Like, they still open, they still have decent blade material, same blade material as probably all the other ones because they have blank blade cuts that they just assemble at this point, because if it makes it that far, the blade was probably fine, the framing was probably all fine, all the hardware was probably fine, but something had happened potentially that made them say this can't go into a Kershaw box. They take the take your measurement calipers to it, the weight scale, all the different things, dimensions off a little, this, that, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. And then you're like, well, I got 1,000 of these damn things, and they all basically perfectly fine. They just won't pass that final little test for Kershaw or whoever. I'm going to dump these on the back market. So they're selling them for $36. So something tells me that cost, it's a crazy world when it comes to the black market and it comes to clones and knockoffs. It's really wild. Because this is supposed to be CPM 154 steel. There ain't no way to tell. At this point, it's over. You just got to accept that it may or may not be. And then once you use it and you realize the blade that has zero edge retention, or it's brittle and the tip snaps off or bends, stuff like that, then you know. Because 154 CM is going to be a lot stronger than, say, a piece of junk blade material that's going on a cheap China knife that happens to be a knockoff clone that makes you think you got something grand and beautiful that's just like a $140 Launch 13 made in America, but yet it's not at all. And then it makes you wonder, is Kershaw making their knives in America, or are they taking these Chinese knives, then etching in the American flag, doing this, etching in this here, and making it then a perfectly Kershaw knife, and then putting a Kershaw clip on there versus just a plain black clip? It makes you wonder. That's the thing. I'm a Gen Xer, so I have a very conspiratorial mind, and I don't know if that's the proper term, but conspiracy theories, I accept them. I see and I read into them, and I'm like, I think that could be true. Because you know what? I'm not going to be so naive to think that the world's nice and perfect and everything's great and it's just what everybody says. I'm human. I've lied. I've given falsehoods. I give falsehoods on these videos sometimes, just goofing around, just joking around. Who's to say that Kershaw is not just joking around? You know what I mean? I don't know. Now, I would never go as far as saying Kershaw would mindfully do these things, these practices that are bad, as far as having another country make their product and then putting an American flag on it. I doubt that's happening. I don't believe that. So when I suggest it, that suggestion came from something in my brain that said, what if? What if? You just don't know. I have trust issues with certain things like that, and this is what it is. Big corporations make me nervous. Yeah, I said it. But this thing right here, for $36 on Amazon, you can buy an automatic knife that is almost a direct replica clone of a Launch 13, and it almost made me feel, and I still don't know, almost made me feel like maybe they are manufacturing the Kershaw knives somewhere else, and then Kershaw does the little things. That's what clones make people think. I'm going to say, spine whack it. I'm telling you folks, this little button lock assist automatic knife, it's not bad for $36. I don't know if you can buy an automatic knife for $36, let alone a clone. I mean, yeah, Temu probably, those things. But this is a Launch. If you like the Launch 13 Kershaw and you don't have $140 and you want free delivery and $36, maybe you want to buy this clone on Amazon. $150, you pay $20 more than the price of one Kershaw 13, and you got 4 of these. And he was able to get, he's probably going to keep one, and he's going to give 3 away. He's got 3 buddies, me and 2 other guys. Who knows who they are? Those lucky bastards, because they got one too. You know it. Life's little mysteries in the knife world. So you can find, accidentally or on purpose, automatic knives that are clones. I'm going to call this a clone because it seems pretty impressive. It's almost just like a 13 probably. Kershaw 13 launch, American-made automatic clone on Amazon for $37 or so. Right there. I kind of solved the mystery, folks, but if you got any more information on this and how this is happening even more so, let me know, because I'm cool with that. Now, I don't really want to do reviews on clones, but this was an interesting story. This was the first automatic knife I've ever handled that came from Amazon. Yeah, I don't like all the back history of this, and I don't even know it, and I don't like it, because there's something dirty going on. But I'll tell you what, $36 automatic, I'm going to let you know in case you want to buy one. You know what I mean? Why not? They're for sale. They're not breaking the law. But I suggest you look into Kershaw Launch Series because they're awesome. And I want them all. But I can't even hardly afford the cheapest one, which is like about $185 to $100. The Launch 4, I think. And it's just a little dagger looking thing. They're expensive because they're made in America. You know, everything's good on them. For real. Tested. Materials. Everything. That's why it's more expensive, folks. Yeah. So there you go. Mystery solved. I solved it myself, but I know there's bits and pieces that you guys are going to know that I don't know. I want you to let me know, please. And I'm not doing that just so that you comment on my video. I want to know. I want to talk with you about it, because I'll reply if it's worthy. Because if you're just saying, I don't like clones, Dick Ritchie, why are you doing a review on a clone? Clones are ruining the market. Yeah, I know. Whatever. Don't tell me if you could buy a Cadillac that's not a Cadillac for $10,000 versus $120,000 that you wouldn't buy that Cadillac.